People think, that I got this awful view of animals because I'm from the farm. I love animals. I had plenty of pets on the farm, and I loved them till they were dead. Then they went in the dead thing bush. Because every farm in Saskatchewan's got a dead thing bush. It's where you take your dead things. Say, hey, what did it die of? 22 caliber flu, dead thing bush. Who's a shit? Then you just go to another farm and pick up another whatever you threw in the bush. You know what I mean? The circle of life on the farm ends in the dead thing bush. Usually slung by the hindquarters. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I mean, but like people have. This thing. My buddy one day I saw him walking down the street. Dane, he's all looking down. I'm like, Dane, what the hell's wrong with you? He's like, I just spent $1,300 for surgery on my wife's cat. What? Surgery on a cat? That doesn't exist on a farm. Surgery on a cat on the farm is a shovel. Bang! And then you fling it into a dead thing bush. There's no such thing as a diabetic cat on a farm. There's a weird cat that died by the bale stack one day, a bunch of empty sugar packets around his mouth. That's what But people think that because I'm from a farm that I know how to fix their vehicles. No. I don't know how to fix shit. The only thing I really learned how to do on the farm was stifle my laughter if my father hurt himself. That's it. It's a valuable skill to have, seriously, man, Like my dad would have a wrench inside the tractor and he's reefing away on it, giving me shit. Oh, big football boy, can't lift the tractor tire. Then the wrench slips. Ah, son of a bitch! And I'm like, I gotta go take a piss. Because you gotta get out of wrench slinging distance right away. You don't stand in front of your dad and laugh after he's hurt himself. That's the day you find out fat guys can punch. Really hard. See, the thing is, people still ask me to fix their vehicles. I mean, hey, Jody, you take a look at my truck? Yeah. Are you using the keys? Try pumping the gas. I got no idea. I got no tricks, nothing. But I still, yeah, sure, pop the hood. Just praying to Jesus as I walk around the front that there's something super obvious laying on the edge, like a big goose nest is laying on the edge. There's your problem. You got a whole fucking family of geese on this thing. Yeah. Okay, turn her over, But my biggest problem on the farm was that, like, I'm a bit of a queasy bellied guy. I get a little gaggy when gross things happen. Go bad, right? And we had 50 head of purebred Charolais cattle. Booyah! But that's a bad combination, because cows are some of the grossest beasts ever to walk the earth. Cow will get a snot ball 4 inches long for a day. Finally, she wants to get rid of it. She just licks in there and eats the whole snot. You're like, whoa! What the fuck are you doing? Hang on us, I'll get a tea towel. Have some patience. Cows that get lumpjaw and foot rot with blood and pus coming out of their hooves. They barf up stuff to chew on called cud. They're gross. And they shit everywhere. People talk about pigs. Oh, Jody, pigs are very clean animals. They poop in one corner, then they eat in a whole nother corner. Not cows. Cows will shit right on the food. They'll be like, okay, well, I'm done eating, so... All the other cows are like, oh, well, thank you so much. We'll eat around that. She will eat around that shit. They'll shit right on another cow's face. They don't even care. They'll be like, Sheila! Oh my God, that's fresh. That's fresh diarrhea. Yuck. And they leave it for a year. They don't try and get rid of it. They don't get, whatever. There's fucking other cows that are helping them out. They're like, yeah, Bernice, you've got something right here. Looks like shit. My dad knew that I was grossed out by all this shit. He didn't really care. He just thought I was a pussy. So he'd wake me up like 2 in the morning. Hey, shithead, wake up. Gotta help a cow have a calf. Okay. All right, Dad, I'll be right there. Okay, so get out to the barnyard, and there's a cow doing laps in a little pen. There's a calf hanging halfway under the business end of this cow. It's gross. I'm instantly. But the first thing that my dad would do is put on a glove that went from his fingertips to his shoulder. And he's, nope, Jody, that ain't right. Nope, that ain't right. Hey, Dad, you know what's not right? The fact that your tit's deep in cow ass right now is pretty much leave her alone. But you gotta get it out. You gotta get it out, and it's looking at you like, get me out of here. It's too tight. You're like, dude, I'm trying, but you are. Okay. But you gotta get chains onto the feet of this thing. You gotta get these things on, and stuff. It's not. No one's cooperating with shit. And so you're trying to get stuff on, things are flying out of there and fly off, and finally let the dog run up and just lick that off, get that off my face. But you got these chains on, finally, like, you gotta start pulling this thing out. And my dad's like, well, she's hip locked, so he's always like down and left, or I don't know what the hell it was. Anyway, he'd be like, she's hip locked, whatever. And the whole thing, this shit's going on, this bitch is still doing laps all around the pen. And so I'm like, just trying to push a little. Finally, comes out, and it's not breathing. I'm like, good, fuck it. All right. My job is done. My dad jumps down there, stop breathing! He jumps, he grabs it by the face, newborn calf, all covered in gooba. Puts his lips onto the nose of this thing and blows in there. Then looks over at me and says, that tastes like shit. Really, Dad? Not strawberry lollipops or something like that. Can't believe it tastes like the inside of a fucking cow. Now I'm in the corner, I'm on dry heaves, I'm all, I got nothing left to give. He's all mad at me, what the hell's wrong with you, shithead? You might be called upon to do this someday. Yeah, Dad, you're right, let me tell you, that little bastard's gonna die, because it's a circle of life and God stepped on this one's back. So just drag it out to the dead thing bush. See, gross things happen on the farm. Every spring, you gotta cut the nuts off of everything. Doesn't matter what it is, it got balls, it comes off. Oh, a nice new family dog. York, boom, they're rolling. There's 6 new litters of kittens. Meow, 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 meow. There's balls rolling all over the yard. People are slipping on them. It's ridiculous. I thought for a while that my dad had a complex. He had to be the only thing on our yard with a set. So I hid in my bedroom. I'm like, get out of here, jackass. They don't grow back, I saw last year. But every spring you gotta pick out your wimpiest little bull calf and nut them. And that's the meat for the year. That's your steer. That's not a big deal, because they're little beansy calf balls. And you just catch them. He's like, whoa, hey, whoa. Geez, I used to have something there, but maybe I'll just go play. Didn't give a shit, right? He didn't know what the hell they were for. He just thinks it's cool that he can run faster now. You know, I'm the fastest calf in the yard. But one year my dad screwed everything up because there was no visible runt. And he's like, he's like, well, we'll just let him gain a bit and pick out the one that ain't catching up. All right, perfect. Except he forgot. So 900 pounds later, my dad's like, we gotta cut the batteries off one of these sumbitches. No. We will go to hell if we do this, Dad. Seriously. Those are no longer little beansy calf balls. Those are big fat fist balls now, all right? And I can tell you, I'm not gonna be the one to catch him by the leg and throw him down, all right? That's 1,000 pounds of beef and balls ripping around that thing. My dad's like, no, shithead. We'll get Kurt over here, our neighbor on the farm, Kurt. He was a vet. We'll get Kurt over here and he'll take him out for surgery, which is complete bullshit. Because there's no such thing as farm surgery, you know? Things get cut open and then sewn back shut, but wouldn't call that surgery. The moment you involve a garden hose, it stops being surgery. So anyways, we get this bull into what's called a squeeze chute, which is an awesome invention because it allows them to stop and they can't go forwards or backwards or look at you and judge you for the shit that you're doing to them, you know? And I'm down there, even though I know I'm gonna get sick, but it's like a train wreck. You gotta take one look, you know? So Kurt comes up, he's like, okay, first things first, gotta slit the bag open. Slits this thing down, and the nuts drop out. Start twisting around each other and bumping into each other, and I'm like, I'm instantly up against the bale stock. And this time, my dad wasn't even mad at me. He's like, oh, we were screwed up. We might go to hell for this. Holy. Kurt's unfazed by all this shit. He's a vet. He doesn't care. So he takes these big, long handle things like bolt cutters with a pinchy end on the end there. And he puts the pinchy onto the cord and boom, the ball hits the ground. And the dog runs up, takes it, eats it in front of the bull's face. And my dad and I both are, shake him down, just, Bogart, bad boy, you drop it. The bull's all lopsided going, and there's a dog in front of him eating. I swear to God, I heard him say, hey, bull, no offense, eh? All right, folks, thank you very much for your time, your energy. Have yourselves a great night.